Hey everyone, the season may be over, but we at Redmen Plus are not done. We have got your post-season content covered. We have got season reviews for each of the 4 competitions that Liverpool played every single game in this season. We have got a whole host of review content, including keep, sell, loan, which Liverpool players do we think need to be moved on, loan, or kept tight hold of this summer. Our end of season awards from the Redmen TV live show. We have also got an amazing documentary looking at how Liverpool captured their first League Cup since 2012 in our documentary Squad Game. And there is also going to be a Divock Origi documentary. Our cult hero, our cult legend is on the way to AC Milan, but we're going to relive his greatest, most legendary moments in his Liverpool career. All of this content is available in video form and the studio stuff in podcast form. Extra bonus shows you each and every week to keep you tided over, to keep you getting from Liverpool withdrawal symptoms and get you closer to Liverpool, the city and the football club. Head to redmenplus.com and join us, get involved and celebrate this wonderful, wonderful football club that we all love. Is there any other game, before we talk about the inevitable, that comes close to being game of the competition that isn't Manchester United 0, Liverpool 5?
No.
The 4-0 at home to Man United.
Yes!
Or, you could even chuck in the 6-0 against Leeds, but it's just not the same, is it?
No.
All the derbies, you can put them in there, but it's 100% Old Trafford, which, I know they were crap anyway, and we knew they were crap.
We had some great games this season. I mean, that 3-3 game with Leicester at Anfield in the League Cup was a sensational game, and the penalty shootout against Chelsea, which went on forever, that was brilliant. But you go to United and you win 5-0, that has to be up there.
There's a speller on that, but so I think to your point, Ross, is you're right. We knew Man United were crap.
Look it up for this.
Yeah, but that's been they've become us, where they were better than us in the 90s and the noughties, but Danny Murphy won games in the early 2000s meant the absolute world to me, and that's what they've become, is like smash and grab. We've been better than them for a while, but they find a way. Marcus Rashford seems to find a way to come alive in those games. To go to Old Trafford and unequivocally, like absolutely without doubt, smash them off the park. We won the league with 99 points as reigning European champions, and we went there and drew.
Yeah.
To then go when they brought Ronaldo back, and I know they're starting to show the cracks at this point, and Solskjaer and all that, but it shouldn't be underrated. Liverpool are probably never ever going to go to Old Trafford and win 5-0 again.
No.
They will.
They probably will.
Maybe, yeah.
But they might.
Not for a while.
But they might not.
I think you go into that game and you think it, as I was saying there, we knew they were crap, but it's also that thing of they'll get up for this game, because we've seen them do it before, in previous seasons, maybe under Mourinho, where they still weren't great, but they could still come and give us a game. But I think it was just as it went on, it was just disbelief as to what was happening. Like, I knew they were crap at defending, but it's like when Keita walks through, it's like, he must be offside here, and it's like, no, he's about 10 yards onside because they're so crap at defending. And then it's his second and third one goes in. It's just, where does it end? And then obviously the whole fans while he's at the wheel, that's all a bit of a joke, and you're comfortable, you can sing that song because you're not 2-0 up, you're 3-0 up, and the lead is safe at that point. They score a goal, it gets disallowed. But then I think Pogba gets sent off in that game, doesn't he?
Gets sent off on the hour.
And it's just like, it seems the home game just disinterested in what's going on.
We spent the second, from about 60 minutes in that, like thinking,
pass the ball.
Yeah, we could, like, you know what? You might as well just blow the whistle, because as much as I'm enjoying it, Liverpool were just passing them up. Man United had gone, and Liverpool had to put another 30 minutes of exertion into their legs for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, we were 4-0 up, weren't we, when he got sent off? So the game was done. Yeah. We should have all just gone off with Pogba.
Yeah.
Ronaldo could have been sent off in that game as well, by the way.
Yeah,
we should
absolutely.
have just retired. Doing cricket.
After with the Clare.
But that's ultimately worse, isn't it? When you're 4-0 up, but then you can't get the ball back off the opponent is the ultimate wind-up to just either take the piss a bit more or what, you know.
Ole's at Old Trafford. I mean, this was and it got overused. I think some people loved it so much it got used in a couple of games that followed, and it was a bit un-Liverpool, to be honest. But the Ole's at the wheel stuff with the away fans giving it the steering wheels and all that kind of stuff was just that is what we needed. I think, you know, particularly after last season and what they've gone through, and the idea that a good example of this, Dad, Rio Ferdinand coming out and analysing the season, last season, or the season before, I should say, the COVID season, and saying United finished above Liverpool, so that means that United are better than Liverpool. And it goes to show, for a start, how brain dead Rio Ferdinand is.
And Gary Neville.
And Gary Neville, I think is not brain dead. I think he's a good pundit.
He thinks logically
biased.
of nothing else.
Yeah.
He did that, and after the Champions League final the other day, someone was saying Liverpool have been the best team this season because they've been in, they played every game and they've been in 4 competitions. He went, well, they didn't win the league, so they're not.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way he thinks.
Yeah. And look, Gary Neville is a deeply biased mank. Try as he might to be, you know, a bit more bipartisan, he's not. He's very much a Manchester United fan. So that tinges it. Rio Ferdinand is just a shit pundit who has got too many people around him telling them that's boss because he was a really good centre-half. The idea that he puts himself as the best centre-half in the world and all that kind of stuff like is just nonsense. Like, I mean, very, very good centre-half, but not as good as like Virgil van Dijk or any number of other defenders who've played around the game. Anyway, the fact though that he had that, you know, and that it put that expectation on that Man United will be better than Liverpool this season, and yeah, we had a point to prove. You know, we were down and out, and all of us in our, you know, I think we knew in our heart of hearts, and maybe the intelligent part of our brains went, we'll be fine here. We'll get everyone back, and we'll come back, and we'll probably get back to the level that we were at. But you've still got to go and play the football matches then, and going into Old Trafford, that could have been, you know, we weren't perfect at the start in the first half of the season, but to go there and do that,
it's demoralising to them, isn't it? That's the best bit.
Yeah,
and in that season that he's talking about there before, when Man United finished above, we were shocking in that season, and we had Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, the latter end of the season, or for most of the back end of the season at centre half. Man United conceded more goals than Liverpool that season, with an £80 million centre half in defence.
Yeah. No, exactly. Everyone, sorry to interrupt what is a fascinating chat, but we have got a sponsor this week, and it is BetVictor. We've got an incredible show going on over there. Last fan standing. I was over on there chatting through best and worst signings of the season. Here's a clip from that.
The most overrated Premier League player, forget this season, might be ever, is Aaron Ramsdale. Arsenal fans run around like he's the second coming of bloody, David Seaman. The guy makes more mistakes than he makes saves. He's a big passion merchant. He reminds me of if Joe Hart and Jens Lehmann had a baby. Like, I just don't get what's going on with him. And Arsenal fans will still try and convince you that he's the best player, he's the best goalkeeper, he should be playing for England. He's just a massive, massive passion merchant who's not a very good goalkeeper either. So, yeah, Aaron Ramsdale, most overrated player in the Premier League.
Yep, head over there, subscribe to the YouTube channel using the link in the description underneath. Make sure you drop a like and say that Mach sent you, or Redmen TV sent you in the comment, or give your answer to the question as well. Big help anyway, on with the show. That game was the game that we've been waiting for. It was almost our coming out party, for us and United. We've won the league and we've won the Champions League, and everyone knows really. Anyone who again, with even pundits and fans who can just unpick themselves from their tribalism, can see Liverpool are very good, and they can see they've got great players and they've got a really good manager, and everything's kind of going their way at the moment. But to go to Old Trafford, where we've just struggled, we just haven't been able to produce, and not just win, but to win for the ages. And and you've got the famous now camera transition between Alex Ferguson sat there with his face on this Kenny Dalglish beaming smile. It was just it was wondrous, and it's mad that it feels so long ago. But the other the big moment, it was a big moment on our watch along for it, was Ronaldo as well, having the goal ruled out. I thought that was a sprinkle of sugar on top of the cherry, on top of the icing, on top of the best cake you've ever eaten in your life, because that was Man United in a nutshell.
It was like biting into the cake and finding that there was a little ticket in there with a fiver in it.
Yeah, it was, you find an even nicer cake inside.
Bit of jam inside.
Yeah. Ticket to a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's like, because he has been this like sticking plaster on their season, and he's the biggest. He confiscates everything that they are, and all the analysis around Manchester United, because he's scored 18 goals or whatever this season. He's had, by all accounts, a good season, and United have been crap. He gets his goal, and he gets to say, well, these are all terrible, but Ronaldo's done Ronaldo's job here. And that's why I absolutely could not help myself but burst out laughing when it all came undone, because he didn't even have that. Yeah. Their guy, he'd lost his escape clause. Man United were getting beat. They had nothing then after that
Half
point.
Half of them had gone home by then. Anyway.
Exactly. Old Trafford had emptied at half time, let alone at that point.
Pogba had luck with them as well.
But that, I mean, Ross, you saw it. You saw the numbers. That does on socials as well. Like, you know what I mean?
Very good.
Just that was like, it was like I actually would rather have had it go that way than win 6-0.
Yeah, I was bored of scoring at that point. That's how it was. You wanted more, but you said that the whole thing, because it was so unexpected, and as I said before, I always go into those big games despite knowing how crap they are, and it probably goes twofold. You don't want to lose to a crap Man United side, so when you do go a couple of goals up, you can start enjoying the game, because it's been pretty rare this season. I mentioned the lead 6-0 maybe, but everything's on a knife edge. Even at 2-0, and for the reasons that Liverpool got some results, you're not comfortable watching it as a fan. So when you go 3-4-0 up, but it's at that point where we're passing the ball around at 60, 70 minutes, as you say, and then that happens as well, you can afford to laugh your head off, because the game's done.
Yeah. And we've talked about all these things, and we've not even talked about Mohamed Salah.
Getting a hat-trick.
Dad. Hat-trick. And again, we talk about that at the coming out party. This is the Salah, best player in the world, going to Liverpool's biggest bogey ground against our biggest, most fierce rivals.
I mean, Salah, he just had a sensational season. I mean, and it tailed off slightly towards the end for all sorts of reasons, but you can't take away from the fact that the guy was just brilliant for this season. Yeah. I mean, you've got 3 more awards to come, and you just think, I can't really see past Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Yeah. He's just brilliant.
An absolute genius and all round. And again, it was just getting the hat-trick to just put that point on it. Again, we faced this Man United team so many times down the years, and their big stars show up in those games and deliver and put us to the sword. And for so many years we've looked at it where
Forlan.
No, well, yeah, and obvious exceptions we're not. Yeah. But we've had that before where they've always been the one who've had the biggest stars. That's been, he used to always tell me about the 80s, about even Man United would buy bigger stars and bigger names and all that kind of stuff. But they had that, but it worked as well, for the 90s and the Premier League era. This is one of those great examples, particularly because it was Pogba obviously Pogba, but Ronaldo on the other side. It felt like a great moment for Salah to come out and do that. When you're there's the guy who was formerly, arguably, first or second best player in the world, and then here's Salah, just absolutely tearing it up. For me, anyway, it's such an unusual experience to be in, not just to see us beat Manchester United, but to have that moment where your best player gets to kind of lord it over, and it's another cherry cake icing kind of situation. Absolutely adored it. There you go. That was our game of the season. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments underneath. If you want to check out the full season review for 2021 for the Premier League, it's streaming right now on redmenplus.com. We've also got one for the League Cup, the FA Cup and the Champions League, and we're going to be doing player season ratings, keep, sell, loan. We've got the end of season awards. We've got a League Cup documentary and one on the legendary moments of Divock Origi, all streaming over the next 3 weeks over on Redmen Plus, our Liverpool streaming platform. If you need more Liverpool content in your life and you want to support what we do throughout the summer when there is no Reds, fill your life up with more great Liverpool cultural content, head over to redmenplus.com right now. Sign up to get it in video and in podcast form. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you enjoyed that video. And if you want more from us or you want to support the free stuff that we do here, then please do check out redmenplus.com, our Liverpool streaming service. It's like Netflix for Reds, where we get to chat to Liverpool legends, past and present. Got great interviews there with Virgil van Dijk, with Jamie Carragher, with Phil Thompson, and loads more as well. Get closer to the fabric of Liverpool, the football club, and the city on Redmen Plus.